So this video is about serving on a warship, guys. Serving on a warship. As you can see my medal over here. I was down in Desert Storm, down in the Persian Gulf, and it was amazing. It was crazy and amazing at the same time. We moved around in groups of 4 ships, always 4 ships. We have a flagship, big, huge one, and then we have the 3 ones, mid-sized ships. Um, and they're fading off. You'll see that big, huge one on the horizon, and then us 3 closer together. So we always travel in groups of 4. But serving on a warship was really intense. But I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest experiences you'll ever have. Some of y'all got kids just hanging out, not doing nothing. Just friend. You got friends, you got family. They're young. It's a good way to start off their life. Serving in the military, and especially on a warship. I had the time of my life. I got to travel so many different places. I'm gonna run through my album and show you guys some of my pictures at the end of this video. But I'm telling you, man, it's intense. It's very intense. You always have to be alert. You always have to be disciplined. That's why a lot of people leave the military. Most are very disciplined, very structured. We're trained in how to be structured and disciplined, because you learn so much and you're always on edge. You have to be alert, like I said, and there's so much going on a warship. And I was in a mid-sized ship, so can you imagine the big, huge ones? There's even much more going on. Sometimes they have all kinds of catastrophe and things happening because people don't pay attention, and they train you to pay attention. Particularly, I worked on the flight deck, so you always have to be on edge. You always have to be alert, know what's going on. We had to call in the choppers and the Harriers coming in, but the pilots really need us to guide them in, especially when it's like foggy, or, we'll have those lights so they can see us in the distance, so they don't hit the edge of the ship, and they're coming in, it's very intense, there's a little light on the side of the chopper that you can, you have to be able to angle how far it is from your head, so it's a dangerous job, and a lot of times, or other times you're in 13 feet waves, so the ship is like bouncing around and popping around, and so you got to be able to call them in without causing them to crash land. So, like I said, it's very intense. Sometimes you call off the flight ops, and then you go down to your berthing to sleep, and then 2 hours later the alarm goes off, and you have to run back upstairs, get dressed, run back upstairs. You have to be up there in like 2 minutes. So, and be ready for when the pilots are coming in. So, some of them was in training, and some of them was actually bringing in stuff, whether it's mail, whether it's ammunition, whether it's food, could be anything that they're bringing in. So you have to be always ready and be willing to work whatever department you were in. We had so many different departments. My department was the air department. You have the guys seeing after the anchor and all this kind of stuff. You have the other people. You're constantly moving. You're on the ship, but you're not just hanging out. You're constantly moving, constantly working, constantly doing things and earning a paycheck, and also keeping America safe. So it was an awesome time working on this warship. You learn so much, you see so much. You get to enjoy a lot. When you hit port, you might be the unlucky one, because when you hit port, it might not be your time to be free. So you hit port, say you hit a nice port like Spain, but you got to work that weekend, so you can't even get off the ship. So that was kind of crazy, Sometimes a lot of guys would be pissed off, or some people would pay you to exchange weekends so they can get off. You take some money from them, and they go off and have fun, drinking, meeting girls, stuff like that. So you get to explore, a different country for free, pretty much. So it was really awesome. You meet a lot of people overseas with different culture. They want to know, what America's like. What's it like serving in the military? And they want to meet you. They want to talk to you. They want to take pictures. You're like a celebrity. So it has you weigh the options. Like just like anything else. It has its tears, and it has its laughter at times. The job can be hideous at times, and it can be fun at times. So it all depends, and where you are, and what you're doing, and who's over you. You have so many people, different chain of commands over you. Sometimes it could get chaotic, it could get crazy, but it's all it's what the job brings. You just have to make up your mind that you're going to make it to the end and do what you got to do to survive, pretty much. But all in all, serving on a warship was a lot of fun. You're out in the ocean, you're floating around, you're seeing different countries, you're working, you're alert, you're getting paid. I mean, there's nothing else like it. You come home, some people don't like military personnel, and some people honor you. Some people, you've seen the videos now where people come in, the military guys coming on the airport, and people stop and give them a clap hand. And I can't say that was us, quite a few years back. I think people was kind of reluctant to receive military because they had so many things in their mind about what the military was doing, or why the U.S. should be in this country, or should be there. Why should they be spending money here, spending money there? So a lot of people had a lot of different takeaways about the military. So I think it's a lot better now. You watch all these videos on YouTube, and people like clapping and surprising, allowing military people to surprise their family on the football field and all this kind of stuff. I was like, that we never had that honor back in those days. We were never honored like that, but we do what we had to do. We still serve with honor, and it was quite an interesting situation. And I was down in the Persian Gulf War, and that was a scary situation because we had our 3 ships and our flagship made 4, and then sometimes we'll have a minesweeper that go ahead of us, and that thing will glide on the water really fast, checking for mines. Mines are things that can blow up the ship if you don't know. And so during wartime, they had a lot of mines out there, trying to destroy the ships and stuff. So we'll have this minesweeper that go ahead of us to check for mines because we're working, doing other things on the ship, so they have to have other things out there, and those ships were highly developed. I mean, I can't even tell you what it is now in 2020, how developed these ships are, because back then they had almost every technology that you can think about, and now it's how many years later, I can't even imagine what those ships, are equipped with right now. So the U.S. military is very strong. They have a lot. Their technology, they're very advanced, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I recommend, going into the service, but not just going to the service, but I think the Navy is, you have the Marines, the Army, the Air Force. Everybody do their job to the best of their ability. But I think the Navy is special. I served in the Navy, but I mean, the Navy is special. It's like you get to travel the world. No other department, really offers you that, and I mean, you get to you meet a lot of people, man. You make a lot of friends. On my ship, we had a lot of Navy SEALs. We had Marines. I think we had Army. Almost everybody was on our ship. So you get to meet all the different departments. I used to talk to the Navy SEALs, ask them questions. You get to see their training on the flight deck. These guys are like robots. It was crazy. Like how they packed off with weapons, and they're just so quick and so efficient. They'll set up target practice on the flight deck. They'll jump off. They should rope off the back of the ship while it's moving. This ship is like it's insanely high. It looks small, but it's insanely high. And they're climbing off the back of the ship, and they're going down to the dinghy, the black dinghy, waiting for them on the bottom. With the machine gun on it, and they're like robots. It's insane to watch their training. And for them to jump off in that thing, and even if they fall in the water, they swim like fishes anyway. So it's insane. But yeah, man, I would recommend any young people, to go and serve and enjoy and find out what this thing is about, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. You would never regret it. Serving on the warship was insane and beautiful at the same time. If I share some of my photos real quick, these are some of my pictures over here. Me, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Me serving right there. All the places I've been to: the Persian Gulf, the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, all the Middle Eastern countries that I've been to, the ribbons, the medals, the boot camp, all my friends over here. Man, this thing gives me like chills just seeing all the people that I served with. It's crazy. Like, It's just it's like wow. I can't. I forgot all these people here. I kind of wonder like where they are and what they're doing right now. You make some really good friends. Sometimes friends for life. Um, that you come across, man, and you know it just makes you wonder like wow, man, like where are these people right now? These are some of the Marines. There's the H-46 coming in on the flight deck. Me over here working with the choppers and the pilots on the flight deck. I'm posing with a Navy SEAL over here, Navy SEAL lieutenant. Uh, Me over here in Cuba hanging out. That's another Navy SEAL lieutenant over here, and those guys are very nice people. As the choppers coming in there, the H-46 coming in low. Uh, I mean, it's insane. I mean, all the girls we met in Spain, hanging out. I don't remember. This might have been the Bahamas over here. Um, this is going through the Suez Canal. So I think they have like Israel and Jordan on one side, and another country on the other side. But it's insane, man. This is Spain over here. The beaches are so beautiful. But yeah, man, it's something that you never forget. The machine guns on the ship is amazing. Over here, hanging out in the Middle East. Over here, my boy. That's my ship over here, mid-size, LPD. And that's my boy over here. This Mexican cat from Cali. Hanging out in Spain again. Chicks in the club in Spain. It's crazy, man. Like I said, it's not all fun. Like some people trying to make it working on the flight deck with the fire department here. We have everything. That's me in the middle of all that deep Atlantic Ocean. But it's I don't want to make it seem as though it was very easy. It's very intense. It's like a regular job. It's like you have to be ready for anything. We have so many different departments from the fire department to if a fire breaks out, you have to be ready. If a hole hits, so a mine hits the ship, you have to be ready to swim. to patch, to jump, to so you have to be able to swim. You have to be able to know what to do in the case of a fire. It's almost like you have to be well rounded, and you get trained in all those different departments. They train you, so that's why most military personnel are so well rounded when they come out. They have a training from everything, from fire to water to whatever. Especially the ones that's serving on a ship like I did, So it's awesome, man. On the ones on the floor, it's on the ones that serve on the ground, it's a little different because they a lot of them they maybe in the army or the Marines or whatever, or even the Navy, but they get to get their own apartments and all this and that. They go party and all that, and then they go to work. But on the ship, you're stuck in the ship. You sometimes we're out in the middle of the ocean, just sitting there for like 6 months. We ain't going nowhere. Or they might call and say, "Hey, you got a mission now. We're sending you all to Somalia." And now you after 6 months, now you're taking off again. Now you're gone for another 6 months. So you don't know when you're coming back. We always the last to know. The regular personnel is always the last to know. But like I said, sometimes you're sitting out there, it's just water and the sky. There's nothing else. You just have to be watching for enemies. But yeah, it gets crazy sometimes. It gets like it can be mentally draining. But all in all, I think it was a wonderful experience. It grows you up when you go in as a kid, and you come out a man, and it makes you responsible. So, kids, if you're out there listening, thinking about it, not sure, I think it's really an awesome experience. To go in and if you're within that age range where you can still serve, I think the Navy is really an awesome military department to entertain. So that's my little story. There's so much more to tell, but I can't think of everything right now. But it was really awesome serving on that mid-sized warship. And yeah, so that's it. Peace.